So I have been tasked to be the program director for the day. I think it is only proper that I should start off by expressing profound apology for belated start. I, however, hope that during the course of the program, we will make up for lost time. Now, I just wanted this stage as part and parcel of official commencement of the event. We should actually start by having the national anthem, wherein will be led by the choir from the local primary school. I hope that I'm pronouncing it correctly, Rehopotso Primary School. They will lead us into the singing of the national anthem. As we do that, I am going to request all esteemed guests who are here to stand up, and those who are gentlemen to take off their hats. But we should be able to accord the singing of the national anthem and the respect and the decorum that it deserves. May I just find out, Rehopotso Primary Choir, are they anywhere near us? They're coming. Oh, okay. So in the meantime, I will also take this opportunity to appreciate the beautiful audience that you are and the manner in which you have been able to exercise restraint. But as soon as the choir is here, we will be led into the singing of the national anthem. And I'm sure that I will get an indication once they are here. But for now, we can just continue being the nice audience that you have been. And once I see them, I will alert everybody. Thank you. Let's welcome our Rehopotso primary choirs. Let's get about that. Oh, le kana la tla mona nyoloang dikalaneng mona ha ba le kgona ho nyolola dikalaneng bana ba ka. Once they are here and we start, I'm going to
The preamble of our Constitution. We, the people of South Africa, recognize the injustice of our past. Those who suffered for justice and freedom in our land. Respect those who have worked to build and develop our country. And believe that South Africa belongs to all who live in it. United in our diversity. We therefore, through our freely elected representatives, adopt this as the supreme of the Republic, so as to heal the divisions of the past and establish a society based on democratic values, social justice, and fundamental human rights. Lay the foundations for a democratic and open society in which government is based on the will of the people and every citizen is equally protected by improve the potential united democratic South Africa for place a sovereign state in the family of nations. Protect our Africa. God sing South Africa. God bless South Africa.
Ke kopa re ba hlabe ka mahofi hape hle ha batho. One of the benefits of being a program director is that you tend to dictate the proceedings from the front. So even esteemed guests and principals who are here, they follow what the program director is saying. So the first one to exercise that prerogative is to say to you the programs that we have are subject to change, and I have effected changes. So they remain an overall guidance. But at this stage, I would want to be calling upon our Honorable MEC, Mayor Khadisha Brown, who will do the official welcoming as well as also give a scene setting about today. Honorable MEC.
Thank you, Program Director Kia Leboa. Allow me to acknowledge the following representatives. Deputy Minister of Forestry, Fisheries and Environment, DM Maggie Sochu. Also PC member and a Free Stater, executive mayors, speakers, councillors, nominees, and all participants that are in the room, DG Radikunsani, HOD Ramakrani, who is also the program director today, representatives and senior management from the Office of the Premier, from COCTA, from Environment, Forestry and Fisheries, Water and Sanitation, SALGA, DESTIA, all stakeholders in private sector, corporate, business, civil society that's in this environment, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen. My role is very short and sweet. I'm here to welcome you and set the scene. So today we are doing an award ceremony for the Cleanest, Greenest Municipality competition, something that was alive in this province many years ago. And I can see as this giant is awakened, as the Premier outlines, we are reawakening such a beautiful program. I think these young people, as a lawmaker, at the preamble that they just quoted in front of you, did the job that I needed to do today, but I wanted to provide a premise of the reason why this program is so important. In section 152, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, amongst other objectives, local government is assigned the responsibility to promote a safe and healthy environment. And then as the MEC of COCTA, and I'm standing in for him today, unfortunately he had another pressing engagement, the MEC of COCTA, on the strength of section 154 of the Constitution that empowers departments such as COCTA to support municipalities, they have indicated the desire to forge and support a constitutional imperative with the support of the Office of the Premier and, of course, DESTIA's constitutional mandate as well in the Environmental Affairs section, as well as the National Department of Forestry, Fisheries and Environment. So as you are aware, the majority of our Free State towns is unfortunately characterized by high levels of unsightly environmental pollution, not only in the streets, but we find them in urban, in rural areas. We find them not only where we need to deal with landfill sites, but litter, rubble, and other dirt accumulates across all parts of the local municipalities. And thus, it does provide some health risks, and it does deal with blockages of drainage systems and also the unmanned dumping sites. So from a financial perspective as a government, from a management perspective as a government, whatever it is that we're affecting in local municipality but not having clean environments affects health, it affects waste management, and it affects our budgets towards some of the work that we need to do from a sewerage perspective. So it's important that communities too are educated. And how do we do that? By instilling the importance of these systems at a local government level, but also at a school level, education, and we've got many NGOs within this province that is helping us to do that. And this formation today is allowing us to create or recreate a system that works, that brings in partners from all areas to be able to support what it is that we need to do. So municipalities do have a constitutional obligation to regulate and protect our environment, not only for today, but for future generations. And the law is clear. I shall not remind you that the courts have been very vocal in insisting that municipalities have a constitutional obligation. And hence we saw a court case of Hetlaning Rafir local municipality versus the concerned residents, and they ordered a municipal manager to be imprisoned for 90 days. So we have to be proactive MMs, we have to be proactive officials and municipalities to not only rely on courts but also to execute our constitutional obligations. Do not allow the residents to take us to court and deal with these matters while we've got systems in place. So this beautiful competition was established through EXCO, through COCTA, Office of the Premier, and we would like to start acknowledging the best practices that we find in our municipalities and how do we want to sustain these cities and towns to remain clean. So we know the corporate citizens who are here as well. It also has a business imperative. And that business imperative for business and corporates to invest in such programs, thank you very, very much. They provide profitable and economic benefits to you too. The carbon economy, tax and points, sustainable development goals, and the circular economy, which is also the waste management ecosystem. So we've still got lots to be done, and this is just the beginning. So from our side, in advance, we'd like to congratulate the nominees, the participants, and the winners. And we also like to thank this diligent task team who went through a long process. I believe that the DDG and the Deputy Minister will outline it, from Department of Forestry, Fisheries and Environmental Affairs, traditional leadership, SALGA, community leadership, NGOs and CBOs, institutions of higher learning, schools, private sector, municipalities. You've all been part of this process. So thank you very, very much. And lastly, on behalf of our Premier, in his words, in his State of the Province address, it was indicated that we must collectively drive a new Free State, which includes the following: a province that cares, a province that puts people first, a province that prides itself in excellent service delivery. You are welcome indeed. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable MEC. There is a quote normally abused and maybe overquoted by Frantz Fanon. Frantz Fanon says, each generation must, out of obscure circumstances, define its mission, fulfill it, or fail in its fulfillment. Close quote. But loosely put, it means each one of us has, as a generation, a particular responsibility to find our mission and either fulfill that mission or fail in the fulfillment of that mission. So from what the MEC is saying is that part of our responsibility is to preserve the environment for future generations whilst using it sustainably in this current generation. So I'm sure that we will be able to do just that, particularly at the level of accounting officers and operational personnel that is here. At this stage, I did indicate that your program remains a guide. Mine is the one that directs the proceedings. So I am now going to be calling upon Dr. Ndidi, because the event today is a culmination of a number of things, and it has been done by a number of stakeholders and departments. So Dr. Ndidi, the Department of Water and Sanitation has been key to this. So let's welcome Dr. Ndidi.
Thank you very much, Program Director. I want also to say to our greetings to our Deputy Minister, Mesoju, our MEC, Mayor Brown, mayors who are around here, DG, HODs, municipality managers, colleagues from different departments. We are aware that God, and that is why we always say water is life. I don't want just to go in deeper details, even from the biological side, and looking at the sustainability and sustaining the environment. There will be so many things that I can be able to talk about until next year about water. But also in this particular country, our legislation is very clear. It has given the municipality, the local government, responsibility to manage this particular commodity. We know that this commodity, we are really using it for multiple purposes. And we know that it needs to be safeguarded. We need to make sure that the current generation, the future generation, as we, being the current generation, the past generation has also given it to us. We need to protect it. Now, with that particular protection, we need to develop it. Then if we mess it, we will find ourselves, our daily business is not going to happen. I just imagine when you wake up or when you are really during your day, you still have to quench your thirst and having water. You still need to wash yourself. But we need just to be able to say, what is the key responsibility of this government to make and to protect this particular commodity? We want this particular commodity to be drinkable. We don't want people or generations or populations which is really sick. We don't want our environment to be dirty, where diseases will be happening and causing problems for the country. In addition, we know that we are the country which we don't have abundance of water. Then we don't have to waste water. Then I think there are three things which are very important by making our water to be healthy, drinkable. We need to hold a good flag for it. And then we need also to have the second part, which is very important also. Our environment should be clean. We don't want to create and kill, in other words, fish, plants, or any other creatures which God has created. We need to keep it in a very good way. And the last, we need to safeguard it. We don't have to waste it. But currently, as we speak, there are so many things which are really challenging us. And if those three things are really the major challenging us as the country, we as the government, as the Department of Water and Sanitation, there was establishment of performance-based system to be able to go back and check whether the water that is being given to people, water that is being used to produce food, is it really of good quality? And we are also looking at that water is not being wasted. And then the department had to create 3 performance programs, which we call them DROPS programs, which one is the blue drop, which is dealing with the part which I always emphasize, whether that water can be taken by people to consume it. And it is dealing with the whole system. It is not only looking at the last product from the tap, but we are also looking at how that particular water is being produced. I think that is very key to the municipalities and to all who are really independent in production of water, that what they are really producing is really meeting even the standards or legislative or regulatory guidance which this country is really using. And also what we are really trying to go for, we are also going out and seeing that we are not destroying. We are keeping that all our environment be in a good, healthy way. We don't have fish kill. People, they can go and swim in our dams, in our water bodies. We can also go back and even have entertainment in those particular areas. And we can also produce food which has to go out even to other countries in order to contribute to our economy. But if at all we will be polluting and making our environment to be bad, then the department and the government have seen that we need to use some tools to look at the green drop. We have to be able to look at what goes back to the environment after that water has been used. Is it of good health? It is of a good standard. It is not going to destroy what we are really having now. We are still having the coming generations, which needs to also to benefit from this. And if we can't be able to have a good standard water effluent going back, it means that even the tourists, they're not going to even to visit our areas. We know that we're not going to even to have even these industries, which are really of importance to be able to keep and make and create employment for our people. Then if we are really encouraging pollution and we find our areas, there are some spillages, the manholes which we are really having, our wastewater treatment works are not operational, definitely we are really killing ourselves and we are really contributing to a bad environment. The last thing which is also of importance in terms of this particular water, efficiency and making use of this particular water. We know that we are really a scarce country. Water is not abundant to us. Each and every drop counts. If our taps are really leaking, we've got pipe burst, how do we react as municipality to be able to conserve that? Because that water which has been produced, it is the water that is also being costed. We have incurred something from that. Chemicals has been used. People are being used to be able to produce that. If we can't be able to do and protect even those drops, we're going to find ourselves into trouble. And it is very pathetic if municipalities are losing more water, especially for this produced water, which they have to collect and make revenue out of it. Then the third part of assessment that we're really dealing with is the no drop program. Therefore, all these three programs, they fit very nicely to this particular program, which is really wonderful in this province, which is really wonderful even at national. What we are really trying to do is we are coming in to be able to look at assess and to be able to make sure that all the municipalities are really doing what they're supposed to do and so on. And what we always do, each full or comprehensive drop report is released every 2 years with the progress assessment reports in alternate years. I think what the DWS is doing, we have to be able to look at these three drops the same like the Auditor General. If we can't be able to take them very seriously, it means that we are really losing a very fundamental natural gold to ourselves, which we need to preserve even for our generations. The progress assessment tool is a risk assessment for each registered treatment works. We are really looking at all the part. We are not only looking at the outcome of the product. But what is really of importance is Free State, as we speak now, we are not performing very well. It means that we are really abdicating our responsibility to be able to improve on our good drinkable water. It means that when we are really looking at assessment at a local municipality, looking at the facilities, looking at who is really producing, looking at the investment that the municipality is doing, the tests which the municipality has to do daily, they are non-existent. Then definitely the operations and maintenance are really the big enemies which are really killing our processes. It is also even also on the pollution side, when we are looking at sanitation, when we are looking at the wastewater treatment management, definitely the operations and maintenance are the biggest, even the enemies. Our streets are wet, pipe bursts are there, we are wasting water. Municipalities, they can't also be able to collect revenue. And they are really struggling even to do even further development on their particular side. If at all I can be able to go and look at the 5 aims of what we are really encouraging as part of this particular program that we're really having. These TROPS reports are very important to improve municipal drinking water quality, wastewater management, as well as water conservation and demand management, to keep the public and stakeholders informed and updated with credible data and information about state of water and sanitation services in the country, especially in our province. To recognize water services institution to achieve compliance and excellence in providing such services. This serves as an incentive for the water services institution to improve their performance, to provide DWS with information to inform regulatory actions against non-adherence to standards. As we speak, we are also, even though this program is more developmental, what we are really celebrating today, but if the municipalities are not doing what they're supposed to do, we need to effect the punitive side, which we will be able to take even the municipality to court if it really requires us to do so. To identify what needs to be done to address each of the shortcomings identified in the reports. In this regard, the reports are support mechanism, in addition to being regulatory mechanism, because they provide the providers with the services, with advice, guidance as to how to improve the services. We are really calling for the Free State municipalities, the local municipalities, that we have integrated this assessment from DWS as part of this program that we are really celebrating today. And think the route that we are really doing today is more developmental. We are really going out and see other municipalities are really taking efforts to be able to safeguard proper drinking water. There are municipalities which are really reducing and also making sure that no pollution in their particular environment. And the last, we know that there are municipalities who are always working out every day not to waste water, which they are really having in order to improve their particular revenues. Therefore, Free State Province provide drinking water for almost about 3 million. And as we are really worried this year, we had a summit even in January. Almost 14 local municipalities were really in the category 1 of the 67 local municipalities in the country, which performed very bad at the critical, below 30%. And there are some category 2, which they really performed very bad, which are really poor. And I think with this type of a program, we will also try to pick them up, that there should be that peer review. They can even see what the other municipalities are really doing, that they can exchange notes and to be able to learn the good practices, what the other municipalities are really doing, And we are still saying we will really work together as one in the province to make sure that we improve on our water and sanitation. I thank you, Program Director.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Maybe Doctor is trying to be diplomatic, so get like a suit. Ntwa e hlalosang ke ya hore ba silafatsang mehlodi ya rona dinoka le dinokana o tlo ba tshwarisa. And it is something that the provincial government has endorsed. So our colleagues, please take heed. Ya bobedi ke ena hlalosang hore metsi tumelo ya kgale ya go thumetsi ke mohlodi o sa feleng ha ya nepahala. Metsi or water is not an infinite resource. Fela re bone dinoka le dinokana di psha ha di sa leyo, so ha re hlokomeleng metsi hobane ke mohlodi o tla fela. Jwale ke ile ka hlalosa hore program tsa lona le nne le di shebe mare ntse le tseba hore e tsamaisa mosebetsi ke ene ho nna. So ka sena sebaka I will be calling upon one of our colleagues and a very important colleague ha eba ile hore re batla ho tswela pele ka sena se re se etsang ka jeno. She is a colleague who has accompanied the Deputy Minister. She is a Deputy Director General Forestry Management. Kimme Pumeza Notada. Me ke kopa hore re mo tsebe hobane ke ela tla re thusa re ya pele. Le mo tshware hantle. DDG.
Thank you, Program Director, and good day to UDM, MEC, District Mayor, DG, and mayors that are here, and colleagues. I think it is a blessing that we are here with the Deputy Minister, and I think the opportunity to be able to talk about the work that we do linked to this program that we are here for today. So I think there's two issues that as a department we would like to talk about, but I will leave the issue of the cleaning and greening for the Deputy Minister to speak to, and I will just focus on what we call the National Upper City Awards. And for me, it was such an excitement to be invited to this event because I see the synergies in terms of how municipalities, if they are able to keep their areas clean and green, they can fit into the National Upper City Awards. These awards were started as early as 2010, and we have been working very closely with the Institute for Recreation Management, which works very closely as well with municipalities. And we have our corporate sponsor, Total Energies, who has been supporting us throughout all these years. What we focus on in terms of these awards is to encourage municipalities to green their areas of jurisdiction, but also to look into issues of environmental management, into issues of conservation, which link perfectly to what Dr. Ntili was talking to. Because if you are taking care of your environment, obviously you get your city to be clean, you're able to control your waste, you are able to also have cleaner water that you can then be able to provide for your citizens. So what we do as a department is that in municipalities where there are no greening plans, we provide that support. And we do encourage that municipalities can be in touch with us through our website. We have offices throughout the country, and then we can be able to ensure that we provide that support if there are no greening plans. And we also assist in terms of monitoring whether the implementation of those greening plans is happening and what issues are being picked up. But we also, as part of that, do provide some trees. But we also want to have a collaboration with a municipality whereby If we provide the trees, the municipality will be able to also provide the trees, and then they can be able to maintain those trees. We provide both indigenous and fruit trees. Fruit trees basically to ensure that there's food security, and we try and make sure that we target and assist mostly your vulnerable households, so that at least when it's time for them to harvest, they can have fruit within the yards. But in terms of, if I can go into the criteria that we use in the awards itself, we look at things like how many trees have you planted as a municipality? But not only that, how have you managed to maintain and monitor those trees? Because we look at what did you plant the previous year, how many of those have survived? So we look at your mortality rate, especially with your indigenous trees where we plant along the streets to try and beautify the cities. The municipality must be involved in taking care of those trees. So we look into issues like that. We don't just give you the trees and we leave it at that. We make sure that you monitor and your ability to monitor those trees. Also, we look at how have your programs included youth participation, women participation, because we want to make sure that there is no discrimination whatsoever. It is important for our youth to be involved, and therefore we do promote that. As a result, what we do is, if we are launching the ABBA month, because we link the awards to the ABBA month, in the area where we are launching the ABBA month, we then run a school competition. So, for instance, the children who were here this morning singing, if we were probably launching today, then we would have them doing a competition on a specific theme that is related to environmental management, and then we are able to choose a school that has succeeded or has done well in the activities that they were asked to do. And then also linked to that, we would then have exhibitions for them to try and inculcate the issue of cleanliness, the issue of taking care of your environment, looking at the careers that are available within the environmental space. So we do all of that for the learners as well. So we don't exclude them during the program. So I think, Program Director, in very short, this is what we are able to do as a department. And we would really like to encourage the municipalities in the Free State to enter the competition and be part of the process, so, because it's not only just about the competition, it's also gaining experience and advice from the experts, but also linkages with the other municipalities who've entered the competition before, who are able to give you ideas on how they've managed to deal with certain issues of importance within their areas of jurisdiction. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, DDG. Deputy Minister, there is a chief who is late who comes from this area. Chief Matiadi Ramopedi, may his soul rest in peace. Now, he told me a story. He says he grew up in this very municipality in Kester. So he says one day their roofs were blown out. There was a strong wind. Now, when they were explaining, they were told, honale no hayamasumu eneng itreka jwale ha itreka ka moya yang ka mahulelo a bona. But he says when he grew up, he always wondered, why did this snake choose only to destroy our township houses and not in town? It was only later on that he learned that no, the reality is that in the townships there are no windbreakers, trees that helps to actually break some of these whirlwind and storms. So when I heard the DDG talking about this greening and particularly the planting of trees, I was reminded of the dearly departed Chief Matiadira, but also it's a request, it's a plea to municipal managers who are here, to executive mayors who are here, to say, Hanzere Ahamatlo, Harjalin Difate. And she's making an offer. I told you that she's a very resourceful person. She says, by it's a partnership, ya difate. The same fella difate, tsa di windbreaker, or tsa dijo. But and DDG will take you on your offer. But I think the DDG has also indicated that there are some partners that they have. We too also here have partners from the private sector, our social partners, business. Not so far away from here where we are in Bethlehem, there is a municipality that is regarded, or there's a place, a town, that is regarded as the first town in South Africa to load shedding. So we would want them to join us, to share with us their journey that they grew. May I call upon you to tell us how you people made history. You loaded load shedding, so we would want to hear you.
Goedemiddag, good afternoon, Dumela. They've asked me to speak to you about load shedding in Clarence. Well, actually not load shedding because we don't have it. We don't know what load shedding is. And that's been the case for now heading to 7 months. Since the 1st of September last year, we've not had a single hour of load shedding. Roughly, that equates to about 500 hours of where the power was actually on, where EXCO should have switched us off. But they didn't. So this story actually goes back a long time, about 15 years ago, when my business partner and I realized that people do not know how much electricity is being used. We see it all around us. Yeah, everywhere, we see it. But it's not like water. Water we see, it's flowing, it's there, it's physical, we can touch it. Electrons are just there. It lights us up, but that's it, and then it disappears. So coming to Clarence, about January last year, one morning, I walked from my office to the town to get some coffee. And I couldn't get a cup of cappuccino because the power was off, there was load shedding. Later that day, I was sitting in front of my TV, and my TV is a big window that looks out on Mount Horeb. I was looking out on my TV, and I was listening to the sound of the generator at Protea Hotel. Now in the town of Clarence, where our tourists come for peace and silence and quiet, we've got to listen to that noise. And then there was a knock on my door from my autistic son, saying that he wants to watch TV at 4 o'clock. Now, any one of you that has any experience with autistic people know that 4 o'clock is 4 o'clock. It's not 5 o'clock, it's not 6 o'clock, it's 4. So how do I explain to this child that he cannot watch his TV at 4 o'clock? It must be at 6. And then it dawned on me, but there is a way. We can actually solve this problem. And that's where this process started. Actually, there was another story, if I may steal from the Chamber of Commerce in Clarence, the chairman, Ntate Sonwabe Mngubane, he told the story, saying that he was watching a lady and she was sweeping her yard, and then there was load shedding. So she stopped and she sat down, and he approached her, he said, "Why are you stopping?" She said, "But it's load shedding. I can't continue now, I'll continue after load shedding." And that's the thing, that load shedding is actually demoralizing. It stops people from doing stuff. And that's what we've changed in Clarence. So yes, the process was complicated. Yes, there were many hurdles. But you know what? We crossed every one of them. And we implemented a solution that works. And the reason why it works is because we all stood together. Just like these two little girls explained earlier, united we shall stand. And that's what we did in Clarence. We took hands, all of us, everyone, Clarence, Khubetswane, Pameng, Kanana, Congo, all of us. We stood together and we're still standing together. I've just received a notification this morning, we've got to curtail this afternoon. So you'll have to excuse me after this presentation because I've got to go back and we've got to go do what we need to do so that we can keep our lights on, so that we can keep our people in jobs, so that we have water to drink so our pumps can pump. And that's what we've done. And it's possible. It's within reach of every one of you. It's possible. It is not hard. So what should local government do? Local government should send a message and say, we are here to help. We want to work with you. We do not have the knowledge. We don't know how it's going to work, but we are willing. Come help us. Come guide us. EXCO is here with us. We could not have done what we've done in Clarence without EXCO. And EXCO's open-mindedness. EXCO wants us, our lights to be on. They don't want to load shed us. But they have no choice. There is just simply not enough. So we've got to work around it. And the people at EXCO is willing and ready to help. But we need, from local government, we need you to say, we are open for business, we are ready to talk to you, we are ready to engage, and we will help you make this happen. We have just in Bethlehem, I've had inquiries from Fourisburg, easy to do. Roosendaal, easy to do. But we need the municipalities to come on board, to say, we will help you. Just come talk to us. We are ready. We are here. Come talk to us. And we will make it happen. I'm really privileged to be here today. Thank you for your time.
And Atechar, thank you very much. All he's saying is that together we can. And there can be no other better explanation than saying together we can. Harineng remamelaneng ibilo lona ba ntseng ba balea EXCO. And ha ke no senya mosebetsi ka jeno ho ka bua ka bana ba ntseng ba di masepala tse ntseng di balea EXCO mo ke tla e tlohella. Kitlaya who another social partner in this journey, Kindates Fiso Kumbi. Utlabu haholo ka sena senong hore DDG onasa ile aka itshwara. Put his The DESFISO is from Urban Safe Operation Service and Services in the clean and green agenda. So,
I'd like to extend my greetings to the leaders joining us today, members from SALGA, all the members from government. It is truly an honor to be amongst all of you. My name is Fiso Gumbi. I'm here on behalf of Urban Surfer. Urban Surfer is a company that supports the efforts of waste pickers. We do this through empowerment in training, resources, and infrastructure. Now, it is quite important to state that there are already members of our communities who are already advancing the cleanest and greenest agenda. And some of these people, we may call them the morning stars, as we refer them in Joburg. Some of them call them abacheres, which I once was, or we can just call them waste pickers. The saddest part about the work of these people is that none of them are even aware of the great work that they do for the environment, for the environment rather, which is a service that they do entirely for free, without any support, and without it being celebrated or recognized in any manner. That is why it has been our mission for the past 5 years to support these people, or these guys, with as little as a trolley, which is the most essential tool for a waste picker. We are also going as far as supporting them with facilities where they can go out, collect their material, come back and sort, and then bale, because baled material offers 30% more value to the market in waste picking. We have recently partnered with the Free State Youth Chamber, and we are in the process of raising funds to start installing micro-recycling pods, which will serve as miniature material recovery facilities in landfills. This we will do to directly divert the waste that is going into our landfills. They will be focusing mostly on the plastic that's filling up in our landfills. I'm sorry, I had prepared a presentation for all of you guys. It's just been flighted on the screen. So these are the micro-recycling pods. As I did mention, they divert the waste away from the landfill directly on site, dealing primarily in plastics. So what this does is that 80% of the waste that's already there in the landfill can be recycled. It's just that all the waste pickers that are working there have no active support, either from government or from the private sector. We have been, however, fortunate in being able to provide, we provided 50 trolleys and training to waste pickers in Gauteng with a project we did with Hippo. And we've recently been able to provide over 100 trolleys in a project that we did in partnership with Polyco. We are also hoping to start seeing partnerships with government, because we believe waste picking is a significant volume driver in the recycling space, and we believe waste pickers have a role to play in the circular economy, and we believe they can be used as the tools that bring about, environmental conservation, spreading awareness, and getting people to see the value in waste. So we invite government, and we invite all the other organizations that are here to join us in supporting these great people. Thank you so much.
And this is all the municipal managers who are here, including some of the managers for waste that I saw. I will check before we leave here or now how many did come to make contact with you, because I expect them to do so. But we are now also going to be calling upon another important stakeholder, Mayor Kidiboni Mushodi from Coca-Cola. Mayor Kidiboni, are you here? Mekiriboni, it would be nice to could have heard from Coca-Cola, because amongst others, the majority of us South Africans consume Coca-Cola, and the program who invest in communities. In the absence of Mekiriboni, can I also find out Ndateka Belo Pakwe from Enterprise Supporting Circular Economy? Okay. Colleagues, in the absence of those two stakeholders, I think it would now be time for me to call upon our own, we normally say our one and only, we are going to be calling upon the Deputy Minister to give us a keynote address and appreciate the Evergreen for always supporting us. Thank you, MEC. Deputy Minister.
Thank you very much, Programs Director. Yeah, yeah, no, thank you very much. Yeah. No, thanks, Program Director, HOD, Date Sugar, Date Sugar, before I can start with whatever I was going to say, let me directly then indicate to the young man who was here with regard to the waste speakers programs. We do have such programs in my department. I think you can liaise with my DDG there, although I did not bring along the DDG who is responsible for that area, that is the waste area. And we have many that we have already trained through our partners. I think so far I think I checked yesterday, we spent about 18 million just for training and also in assisting them to start their own businesses. Thank you very much, Program Director. To yourself, DG, Limme Brown, colleague, MEC Brown, all the HODs who are here today, the mayors, executive mayor from my one and only region, Lijolipuzo, is where I'm deployed as an ANC deployee in that region. All HODs and councillors who are here today, all senior managers from government, Dr. Ndidi from Department of Water and Sanitation, Marusoli kana nifenisha rekhaloli mona water and sanitation. I remember in my times when I was still a chairperson of Water and Environment in Parliament, you were still in this department. Let me then take this opportunity then and greet everyone who is in the house. My name is Mahotso Sokyo. I'm a deputy minister in that long-named department, that is Forestry, Fisheries and the Environment. Program Director, I'm honored to join you today for this important occasion. That is cleaning and the greenest municipality in the province. I would like then to extend my sincere gratitude to Ntate Makume ka hore abe ummemme hore kitle kwano kitlo ba paki ya mosebetsi o motle o entsweng ka hara province ya Free State ke bo masepala. I'm avoiding hore o se ke bona ha ntso interpreter Ntate motsamaiso wa mosebetsi ke batla hore ke tlenne ke ipuelle hore at least you don't have to interpret some of the programs that are written in a language that is not Sesotho. Our department, that is the Department of Forestry, Fisheries and Environment, is currently implementing the municipal greening and cleaning program across the country through the EPWP programs. Radisiba kaofela ke the EPWP programs. All provinces in the country. It is being funded by our department, that is Department of Forestry and Fisheries and Environment. This program is a multi-branch initiatives that is between 3 of our branches in the department. We have chemicals and waste, which is the leading program when it comes to this specific one. And we have also the forest management and environmental program that is being led by my DDG who was here now, Mepumeza Nodata, with the aim of assisting the municipalities in addressing insufficient waste management services, as well as protecting and rehabilitating the environment. Kidara or 110 TD anabua mona, ubuile ka bohlokwa ba metsi, abua ka bohlokwa ba environment. Obani di a tsamaelana ntho tseo tse pedi because if water is not clean, it means that we don't have water. And therefore we need to deal with two issues. We need to deal with clean water, and therefore we need then to make sure that the environment that our people are living in is also healthy. A program director, the main challenge faced by most South African municipalities are littering and illegal dumping, which negatively affect our health and general well-being of our communities. For instance, you take towns like Virginia, where we had mines before, and other towns, more normally the mine before, more the mines are servicing on. You'll get most of the people being ill because of pollution that has to do with the environment and also with water that is running in those places. Right here in the Free State Province, 3 district municipalities, Thaba Mofuzanyane, I think is where we are today, Elijolipuzo and Karib, have partnered with our department and rolled out the cleaning and greening program in the province. Mangaung Metropolitan Municipalities has also implemented this program, and I think they've got the biggest chunk of the warm bodies that we have in the department. We managed so far to employ for Mangaung 2,100 EPWP participants to make sure that the metro is clean. The program is designed to eradicate environmental degradation and ensure that our country is free from litter and illegal dumping sites, keeping our public space clean and tidy while creating employment for our people. We know that many of our people are not employed in all provinces or in the country. Statistics General recently, because of the percentage that is so high of people who are unemployed in the country. So far, the budget for this program in this province alone, it runs to something like 150 million, only for that program. On top of that 150 million, we have about 50 million that we have also then tried to buy equipment for the municipalities in the province. The truck, start with Mangaung. We bought Mangaung some waste trucks. Monitor. I don't know whether they are doing it for their purpose. The purpose for us to buy those small trucks, I think it's about 8 or 10 of them, is for them then to make sure that they monitor the EPWP where they are deployed. That is where they are cleaning, to make sure that we don't just pay people and people don't do the work. Therefore, we didn't want excuses where we'll be told that harina transport which falls under Mangaung Metro. We must make sure that but the monitors to make sure hare patala batho le gore go hlwekile mo ba sebediseng teng. Program director, by creating work opportunities for our unemployed community members, the program contributes to the socio-economic upliftment of our communities. The program provides participants with income support through the payment of stipends, As I have said that the way we are doing this program of cleaning in the municipalities, we give opportunity to the councils or to the councillors or to the municipality to recruit those warm bodies. And after the recruitment, then they send us the list with ID numbers and addresses and everything. And then what we do, we pay the stipend, and we also pay for the UIF. We pay also for the and then we make sure that we pay them for that. And then the stipend recently that were given to the people, the stipend is about 2,800 on top of what I have just indicated that we are giving to the communities. But unfortunately, that program has come now to a stop because of some serious challenges that we encountered as the department. My mayors, you'll understand that we said to you in Zwelopili, my sister there, please go and recruit 500 participants. You go and recruit 1,500 participants. So it means if then you exceed the number that has been allocated to you, it means one municipality will then suffer, won't get then the EPWP participants. Hence then we have decided to stop it because of the funding, and then we'll then relook into it in the new financial year. The program provides participants with income support through payment of stipends, as I have said, in line with EPWP ministerial determinations. In terms of the work opportunities created, the program prioritizes women, youth, and persons living with disabilities. Babamba bona who are living with disabilities, we are using them to capture these participants. This capturing because this program has created more than 4,000 work opportunities across this province in the different municipalities, of which 60% of them have been given to women and 72 to persons with disabilities in the province. We had to do our work before we come here today. Project participants' daily activities are managed by our departments, local government support, and provincial project coordinators. What we did as a department then, after we taken a decision about this program, we made sure that each and every municipality in the country, we have our own coordinators who are based in those municipalities, paid by our department, and they are full-time in those municipalities until such time that the program has come to the end. A program director, monitoring of the program implementation also includes photographic standards evidence of the clean streets over this period with specified date and time. Cleared waste will be collected as part of the municipality. One of the reasons what made us then to decide to buy some waste trucks for the municipalities is the fact that the municipalities do not have resources to collect that waste. Therefore, we took a decision that some of the municipalities that are struggling then to collect the waste from the street after being collected, and then we bought some waste trucks for them. One of the things that we did as the department, I think my DDG also then touched on that. In 2021, our department managed then to take it upon themselves and influence amendment to the policy, MIG, because you know that most of the municipalities, even now today, the grant is being sent back to National Treasury. It's hard to share, but this grant needs to be extended to also then to be used for the needs of the environment in those municipalities. And then we make sure that some of the trucks that are being bought in those municipalities, we use then this grant that the municipalities could not use. What we did as a typical example, I thought the HOD wa waste ko mangaung utemona marahakimon. Yeah, I see you now. Why don't you come and plead with me? MMC and HOD Mangaung, I'm happy that you are here because Mangaung, amongst others, is a typical example of what we did as a department. Your budgets for 2020-2021, 501 million was sent back to National Treasury, MIG, because it was not used. That's what then influenced us to go back to the National Treasury and court and say that can't we get some of this funding back to Mangaung so that Mangaung can put it for the environmental needs. But out of our discussion with the National Treasury, it was decided that the money will rather be given to us as a department. The way we did it before the two of you then arrived in that municipality, we said that it's going to be very difficult for us then to babysit Mangaung. What we can do, we can rather take this funding, in a way of a vote, how HOD, And then we decide, how are you going to use this budget? I think so far we have given you more than 160 million and said from that 500 and something, because we could not convince National Treasury further to give us the whole amount, but at least we're happy about what was given to us. And then of the amount that then was given to us, I'm just making an example about the importance of this change of policy when it comes to this MIG. And then we said, let us identify then the areas where we think that you can use funding. And then we did identify those areas in your municipalities, which is then a metro. And I hope and believe that that funding is being used then for those areas that was identified. And amongst them, it was the issue that you, MEC, raised when we had our own briefing, the issue of the landfills in Mangaung. And on top of that, then we took it upon ourselves as a department that Mangaung is our only metro in the province. We then decided that we are going to assist Mangaung in a way of appointing a service provider for Mangaung Metro and also for Lejelipuzo in Machabeng. But we made sure that the service providers that were appointed, they come from your province, they come from your area, so that they can also then employ some of our young people and some of our communities who are not employed to try and then service or manage your landfills, of which I think that is exactly what is happening now. As I'm to conclude, Program Director, I want to emphasize that today's event is important as it encourages all municipalities and you, the residents, to ensure that our communities are clean and safe for all to enjoy. And we encourage you, municipality, and we do have a similar project or program in the department, the national department, as my DDG has alluded to. And the competition is happening on a yearly basis, and every year in September. And then ourselves and our partners, like your Total Energy, Coca-Cola beverage, and many others, they also then assist us in making sure that we award these cleanest municipalities. I invite you, Ndate Shugakore, let our municipalities also in my province participate in this program, because the awards more from our partners for those to award those cleanest cities. You spoke, DDG, about tree planting. Tree planting is a presidential program, which then the president in 2021 gave a directive to the department that we need then to lead in planting trees to avoid what we have just said, that the program director, when it comes to the issues that climate change, we need those trees. I traveled recently to Singapore to learn from them on the issue of tree planting, because I saw it on social media, the way that they are doing it, and then we took a trip then to there so that we can learn from them. When we came back, then we proposed working together with the Department of Human Settlement and National, and then the two departments then decided to come up with a memorandum of agreement, where then we said then, when you are building these low-income houses, and then every time you hand over the house, my department makes sure that we plant a tree. And then we even extended it to say that we plant a fruit tree to try also then to deal with the issue of food security, and we also plant an ordinary tree for the shelter or indigenous tree and you name it. That's what we are busy doing now with the Department of Human Settlement and Agreement, as per our memorandum of understanding. Thanks to our partners, as I have indicated, that indeed the government alone will never be able to do it. We have many partners, we have many organizations who came forward and asked the department, how can we assist you when it comes to the issue of waste management and they do participate. Hence, I indicated that even the training that I've spoken about of waste pickers, of recycling, small companies, cooperatives, private sector is doing that, but in support of our department, because they came forward and the department then was very excited, and we are working with those individuals and also with those NGOs who supports the work of the government. Thank you very much, and good luck to the winners of today. And I hope and believe that the awards itlabatsana le molemo for bomasepala. Di seke la tlo ba fa disentenyana mo na le ba fa ntho ba tla sebedisa go dimasepaleng. Re bona gore di tla etsa gore go hlwekwe dibakeng tse ba leng ho tsona. Ke a le leboha. Thank you very much. Say thanks, I'm from this province. I decided to come today. Thank you very much then.
Can we give another round of applause to our one and only? Deputy Minister, we thank you for being true to your roots. We thank you for always holding the flag high, generally in terms of environmental issues, but most importantly by not forgetting us as your home province. Thank you very much. Ha ona ho tolo kwa ho feta mona ho ke tla o etsa ke o bitsa ntate Kopung Radikontsane. The DG will be actually dealing with a number of things. He will take this session just to give an overview of how this process was conducted, but he will also officiate during the process of the awards as he gets to be joined by the dignitaries who are here. DG?
No. You see, Sis Maggie is very short, so I must readjust. No, thank you very much, Program Director, Deputy Minister, Mahozo Sochu, and our MEC for Finance, MEC Brown, the Mayor of the District of Lejole-Putswa, Mayor Veronica Ndakumbana, other mayors who are here, and all the colleagues from national, provincial, and our municipalities who are here, as well as the stakeholders. I am told that I must slightly explain how this process has unfolded over a period. But I was not one of the people that were adjudicating. So I'm going to call upon that team of adjudicators to come up here. There was a team said my business was to host a launch. I did that. And again, Dr. Ramagaran and I, our business again is to host today's awards. So there were people who were doing the work behind the scene. Silwana. So Atamela Moven, Silwana and your team. They actually thought they are going to do an upward delegation that I must explain how this process has happened and so on, and I refuse to do so. My business here will only be to announce the winners. So I'm going to invite them here. You will introduce that team, Silwana, and then you will immediately explain the criteria. And then my business will be to announce the winners. Raugwanam from there. You introduce your team, you explain the criteria, and my business will be to announce the winners. Let me hand over to
you. Thank you, DG. Protocol observed. I didn't expect this. We thought we we had an agreement with the DG on this one, but he caught us. Okay. Maybe briefly, the background. Last year in December, the competition was launched by the Premier in Bohlokong. That was after the Premier in February last year, when he took over the premiership of the province. He made the clean and green agenda the top priority of his short tenure as a premier of the province. So he coined a slogan of Letsema Campaign for the cleaning up and the greening up of the province. Later on, the Department of COGTA came with the idea of the competition. It was shared at EXCO, and then other relevant departments in the province joined in. We then ended up with the technical team here to drive the process. So the launch of the competition in Bohlokong was just an addition, another weapon in this campaign of cleaning up the province. It was not assuming that municipalities are clean and green, but it was an attempt to motivate municipalities to do what they are supposed to do, which is cleaning and managing water and sanitation and other aspects of their work as they should. So we then have the launch. We also then had the score sheet that we wanted municipalities to score themselves. And then we requested the district municipalities to receive those score sheets from local municipalities, moderate them, and then send them to the task team. So the task team is also made up of professionals, people who are proficient in what we were adjudicating. These are people from DWS and the Department of DSTIA, the environment specialists. So when we receive the score sheets from the district municipalities and sometimes directly from the municipalities, this team then moderate them. As you would know, in municipalities, there are compliance issues around the environment, including water, wastewater. So they have that information with them. So when you send your score sheets, they look at their own data and then they moderate. Other people will give themselves low, higher marks, but then they are able to see in the data that this one is not being truthful. Then we moderate, and that's how it goes. So we ended up with 5 municipalities that, after moderation, were kind of top. Those municipalities were Tsolopele Municipality, Ditlhabeng Municipality, Mantsopa Municipality, Kopanong Municipality, and then the last one, Mangaung Municipality, with all the millions that the DM spoke about here. They came at number 5. But we wanted the 3 best municipalities. So we looked at the scores and we found those municipalities. We then went to each of those municipalities for physical verification. We did that with the 3 municipalities, and then we came to the decision who is the 3rd runner-up, who is the 2nd runner-up, and then who is the winner of this inaugural competition. The announcement of those municipalities will be done by the DG, and then I must just say there is lots of money that these municipalities are going to get. The DG will also speak about that. In conclusion, I think I need to call my team. They did a good job, and I would want each one of them to introduce themselves. The criteria that we looked at was waste management. How is the municipality handling this aspect of their work? The marks for that was 65. We also looked at energy efficiency and conservation. The marks there was 20. We looked at water and sanitation services management. The total there was 40. We looked at landscaping, tree planting and beautification, 20. We also looked at public participation and community empowerment. This relates to waste pickers that we were told about here, but it also relates to the schools in your municipality, programs that we are promoting in the schools around waste management and greening and planting. We also looked at buyback centers, whether they are there and what support the municipality is providing to those people. We looked at compliance and enforcement. We want each and every municipality to have inspectors, environmental management inspectors, to also have within their organizational structures units responsible for environment, so that these people can assist all of us to perform our duties. So for compliance, it's 10 marks. For organogram, it's 5. The total is 185. I don't know, DJ, you want me to go? Okay, because there are scores for all of the... Yes, okay, I'm told I must introduce the team. Come forward, Tricia.
Thank you, Program Director. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tricia Kang from COGTA Free Basic Services. Thank you.
Good day, Program Director. Good day, everyone. My name is Nkumeleni Msakene from the Department of Water and Sanitation, responsible for regulation, compliance, and enforcement. So the blue, green drop, and no drop falls within my unit. Thank you.
Good day, Program Director and everyone in the room. I'm Nodu Mokyali from the Office of the Premier, responsible for monitoring and evaluation for the province. Thank you.
Good morning, Program Director and everyone in the room. My name is Bitumelo Jane Molefe. I am from Distia, from the Unit Waste Management and Pollution Control. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Program Director. All protocol observed. My name is Atase Mpe from COGTA, responsible for free basic service and partnerships, including community works program.
Good afternoon, Program Director, all protocol observed. My name is Kevin Morake from COGTA Communications.
Dumelang, I'm Tilden Khotso Musha from Salga, responsible for the environmental management and climate resilience programs. Thank you.
Can I also ask Dr. Sandy Lefuku to stand? He has a broken leg, so he can't come in here. Dr. Fuku from Department of Distia.
Thank you. Thank you very much for giving that team a big hand and recognizing them. This is an inaugural program. It will have its own hiccups there and there, but I think they have done their level best to determine for us the winner. We are always surprised why we can't sweep, really. Just sweeping. Or ebe di maspaleng, ki di kubu tsena za bofeila ha o fielwe fela, o fiela ho pala ona o batho beso. What about other complicated issues of running a plant and other related things? It's going to be more difficult and more complicated. So let me invite the Executive Mayor of Legweleputswa, Executive Mayor Veronica Dukwana, to join me up the stage. So the rest of the other work the team has done, they actually thought they are going to delegate upwards. I gave them their work to do it. I wouldn't have done it better than what Mzwandile has done here, because they were part of the team. So I think it was fair for us to give them the opportunity to do so. So how many municipalities participated? You only mentioned these 5, which were those that you had to deal with. How many entered for the competition? So out of 18 local municipalities, 17 participated. Ke manye o ale mong nala. Ya no, tla kopa hore majoro a nala ibile majoro a streke sa e kena ka re bolella hore na ke meleko ya eng eo e batho ba nala ba entse batho beso. They can't participate in a simple competition of cleanest and greenest town. Gore ba diela thaole le pele ba compete. So we appreciate the fact that those municipalities participated in the program, and obviously those 5 that were mentioned here, which the team had to visit physically to verify facts, and then to come to the 3 winners. So we have the second runner-up, as it has been indicated earlier on, the first runner-up, and then the overall winner. The second runner-up is Mantsopa local municipality. We invite them on stage. Majoro Mamsisweni. They are our second runner-up. Mantsopa local municipality with 57%. What la ule monche yo la ke ka go fiela wena ule momo. Baka. Okay. Join us. Okay. They receive R1 million as a second runner-up. R1 million. Era Makaran. Join us, madam.
I wanted to say it in time. Right. How about the time?
Thank you very much. And then let me invite MEC Khadija Brown on stage.
Remember to tell them to come back. Remember they've got this as well.
Yeah. Oh, fast. See how I
Una sa bua kayo.
no, tama ko. Okay, you seem to have nothing.
Nothing. Except the money.
Our first run-up is Kabin local municipality with 59%. Bakae batho ba Ditlhabeng, re tlile ho lona mona man.
Where's the team?
The team, this one received 1.5 million rand. Ditlhabeng local municipality. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Congratulations to the Ditlhabeng local municipality. I could see when we were coming in that they had swept today. I thought they've done it only for today, but it seems to be in their blood to do it all the time. They are the first run-up. Now we go to our overall winner, and our overall winner is at 66%. Let me invite DM Makhotso Sochu to join me on stage. So let's rise and give our standing ovation to Tsolopele local municipality. Ukare wetima metsi wa thola enwe. They receive 3 million rand. Tsolopele local municipality. Shema camera, shema camera. Thank you. Good. Congratulations. Okay, Mayor, let's give you a minute or so just to receive.
DG, let me acknowledge DM, MEC, my colleagues, executive mayors and mayor speakers, honorable councillors. Basebeletsi bohle ba mafapha ba teng kwana. Re motlotlo re le Tsolopele. DM re matha mehlaleng ya hao. Many a times when I speak ke re mokhutswanyane empa diketso tsa hao di kgolo. I've listened to Ntate Ntidi when he was speaking here. He related to the SDGs, Millennium 2030. We are left with 7 years before we then speak to the millenniums. And it's upon all of us here to make sure that we live to those goals. Goal number 1, ke buang ka poverty. Then dia align ka ofela le tsena tse ding. We've got that responsibility as municipalities to make sure that we live to those goals. And there is Vision 2060 as well. Now I'm lobbying DG. DM o buile ka hore bala bala lobiela 3% ya miki for specialized vehicle. Now I'm lobbying you le DDG hore le re thuse hape ka hore le lo lobby hore the miki again it's a particular percentage for air quality monitoring stations. That's our plea. Impossible lebala hore ntse re kolota he DM njengoba ngumamkhulu. Ke ne ke kopa fela hore se sare a fuwe se leng sa hae. But we are not the overall winner. The winner is the people of the Free State. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Removing Solopele from the waste sick bed. Congratulations, Solopele. Thank you very much, Program Director. Oh, Ivan Kilibeti, Bauketela Mona. Ndade Silwana here spoke about the elements of our criteria. Those elements: waste management, energy efficiency, water and sanitation, landscaping, tree planting and beautification, public participation and community empowerment, compliance and enforcement, and then organogram. Now, Mansopa local municipality scored the highest in the area of waste management element. And we recognize a certificate for scoring the highest in waste management. Mansopa. Okay. Mansopa. Next time is light home. Thank you very much, Program Director. Congratulations then to Mansopa as well. They are doing well in the area of waste management. Although they didn't score the highest, they have scored the third in the overall. Thank you very much, Program Director. The photographers here are inviting the mayors and MMs, at least mayor and MM of those 3 municipalities to come upstage, and then one joint photo, the DM, the executive mayor here, and the MEC. Quick one, the MM and the mayor of each of the 3 municipalities. How much go? The councillor representing the mayor.
Program Director, I've just been informed by my department that in 2021 national awards, Bethlehem received the 3rd position. Therefore, Free State, you can still do it.
Thank you.
What is Steve
Festive is in a mo. Nala, I mean, it's in Nala, Basa can look at them. Solopele, Sasolopele, some side shaving facility, and then Mansopa, some Mansopaska. Kisa solo pilagir. Kisa sajkabe. Sa house sa Mansopaska. Oh. Thank you.
Can we have a round of applause for all the participants, including the winners? And at this stage, we are moving towards the end. I will be calling upon our esteemed executive mayor of Letsema to give a vote of thanks. Re theoletsa mosebetsi. Mayor, executive mayor.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Greetings to you. Greeting to the Deputy Minister, Mesoju, the MEC of Finance, Mayor Browns, the DG, all mayors and executive mayors that are here, all speakers, chief whip, and all councillors that are here, all MMs and senior managers in all the municipalities and all departments, all the invited guests that have been here. Program Director, I would like first to read the speaking notes that I was given that were supposed to be done by Honorable MEC Thabo Meko on behalf of Distia. It is an honor to be part of this Cleanest and Greenest Municipal Competition 2023-2024 in the Free State. As a provincial government, we are impressed by the objectives and scope of this initiative, particularly the emphasis on job creation, environmental management practice, and integrated of waste recyclers on municipal waste collection. The alignment of this program with our commitment to sustainable development and service delivery is acknowledged. We understand the significance of this initiative, especially considering the environment changes that both our region and the nation as a whole are facing. The devastating impact of flooding and other environmental hazards necessitate collaboration effort. It is encouraging to witness the diversity of stakeholders to this competition. The winning municipality are the positive image of what our government is capable of, and they should be encouraged to extend their fantastic performance to the area that remain unserviced in their respective jurisdictions. While service delivery is a challenge obligation of the state organ, it is in my fair belief that this section of society must come together in spreading awareness and championing protection of environment. Together, we can build our world that cherish and preserves the beauty of our planet and generation to come. We wish you success in your vital work. God bless you. This is the message that was supposed to be delivered by the MEC. I would like to take this opportunity, Program Director, to thank everyone that participated in this competition. As we have already indicated that it started in Letsema, in Bohlokong particularly, meaning DM, the fruits of it starting in our district has shown us that today one of our municipalities in the district has won 3 million rand, meaningly we got the blessings, meaningly we are still going to get up going up. So we'd like to thank all the municipalities that participated, and we were worried with the one that did not participate. So we are hoping that come next year, it will be up, not more, not 3 million DG, at least goes to 5 million, because this is going to assist us in the local space so that at least we can have some of the PPEs and some of the equipment. As the Deputy Minister was talking to us, he said he managed to give Ngaung some trucks. I would like also to applaud the DM for the work that he has done in the district of Lijoli-Putswa. More especially when we started our term of office, he gave us the trucks in 2 municipalities, which is Machaben and Masilonyana. We would like to thank you, DM, also, and your department for also giving us the EPWP. We can see the difference now in when we get to our communities and our towns. Thank you very much for everyone that participated. Thank you very much for all that made this to be success. All those that were working behind the scene, I would like to thank you for the good work that you have done. Till we meet again, safe trip going back home. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Executive Mayor. We seem to have done quite well on time, to such an extent that we even surprised our service providers who were supposed to be preparing lunch. They thought that we'll have lunch at 2, so you did so well. You have been such a wonderful audience. So I'm just going to request that everyone is special here. So we are all going to have meals as special people, but the request is that we just exercise some patience, like we have exercised patience before we began. So it might as well give you an opportunity to do some photo shoots, but the indications are that we are almost 20 minutes earlier. We were supposed to start having our lunch at 2 o'clock. I see that preparations are being made, but between now and then, photo shoot, please. But thank you very much. My job is done.